Alright, so for drills, I got a couple drills to help you guys with your gameplay. First thing you're going to want to do is grab your competitive kit, the kit that you're going to use the most in competitive play, and I recommend sticking to one weapon that's kind of all around good, but obviously different maps calls for different measures if you are a weapons hipster. Me personally, I've been sticking with the FAMAS, no attachments on the side or the barrel. I got the Cobra sight, I got an angled grip, and I'm using a heavy barrel here with match ammunition so I can take out long targets and head glitchers a little bit easier. This is a lot of vertical recoil, this kit setup, because, I mean, it has less vertical recoil than, say, the Scar H, but it's shooting twice as fast, so you're almost feeling twice the amount of vertical recoil. So it's a pretty heavy pull down. So if you watch this thing just shooting it straight up, pretty high, and you have to do a lot to compensate for it. So for the Alright, so for this drill, the first thing you're going to want to do is blow up all of the cement backgrounds for all these targets. So you can shoot at the targets from different positions other than the old standard back in the back. First drill, you go up to the closest, not the closest, but one of the closest barrels to the moving targets, and you're gonna do what I call a V drill. And V drill is basically you go outer, outer, inner, inner. So you're basically starting out and then moving in. And you can include these outer targets in it too. The basic firing method for this, instead of just like a lot of times people are just going to go semi-auto and shoot one round bursts at these guys, but I do 2 micro bursts. So it'll be dit-dit. So it's two round bursts with a micro burst right in the middle. So you obviously are going to take your target down with the first bullet that hits, but I want you to continue on your target with each microburst, just to kind of work on recoil compensation. I know it kind of sucks that these things don't have 100% health and you can't kind of hold down on your targets, but you have to kind of imagine that you are, and that'll help you manage your recoil. It's not just trying to hit the guy one time. I mean, because we're not playing hardcore anymore, we want to actually hit our target a couple times, so that's why I introduced this microburst into it. Now that's kind of the best way to microburst past 30 meters, is to do 2 round bursts with a slight space in between. This will help kind of compensate for your accuracy let off for the first 2 bullets and kind of bring your accuracy a little bit back. And it'll also help the recoil compensation of the natural recoil compensation of the gun help you compensate for recoil. So say if I were just to hold down the trigger, it's a lot more pull down on the mouse than say if I'm going to go, especially if I'm running an angled grip. So before I actually start this and run this, I'm going to grab some ammo. Alright, back from grabbing ammo, running the way back. So we'll go over a couple drills. The V drill, after the V drill we're going to do a circle drill. And all these drills you should kind of time. If you can time it, time it. You can use a gun timer. You can record you're testing out this and then go back and time it watching the video playback. I got a little timer that I can use in my video that I always watch back to see my times, see if I am improving on my times on this. And you kind of see how many targets you can take down in, say, like a minute too. You can even see how fast you are in regards to time. So it makes it pretty easy. You can even have like a clock right next to you, and as soon as you hit that minute marker hit, then just go and count how many targets you knock down. That's one way to doing it. But anyway, let me do a quick example of this V drill. So, just like that. Now, a good way to practice this, say you're about to go into a competitive match, is you want to do each drill with a full capacity of ammo. That'll kind of get your head spinning, your muscle memory down right. So, like, I will go through this entire... You can see my color blindness taking over a little bit there when I lost it in the sun. See, me personally, I lose the red at certain angles. But see, and then just doing that over and over and over will get your muscle memory to get used to adjusting to small movements of the enemy. I mean, these are 2 separate adjustments you have to make. It's harder to hit, You got the sprinters in the back, and then you got the runners right here. So there's different types of adjustments, and that's why doing the V back and forth help you a lot with that. All right, let's move on to our next drill. All right, our next drill I call the circle drill, and this could be easy if you just were to stand here and take down each target one at a time, but you actually want to use this cover. So every time you take down a deuce, you're going to duck and then pop up to take down the next deuce while adjusting in cover. So you're kind of keeping the next targets in front of your cover and then moving out to take them out. Now, there is a way, I'm not going to go over it in this video, how to take out the peeking system. A lot of people like it, some people really don't. It kind of affects their aim. Like, see how I'm following this cover, and say if I were to just want to peek this side, my guy's going to kind of pop out the top. So there's less control over your man, whereas if I'm back here, I can choose to shoot like that or pop out top or the sides. So I mean, it's either that, you take it out, or you just have the awareness not to stack right up on cover if you don't want your guy to have this kind of awkward peeking animation. Which the peeking's nice. It's a quicker way to pop up than, say, this. It's a little bit slower to pop up like that. So if you were to peek, it's a lot quicker. Basically just takes the amount of time that it does to ADS. So for the circle drill, you're going to be doing two round bursts at each target, and then you're going to drop behind cover. So you will have to reload depending on what gun you're using. If you're practicing this with a machine gun, it's obviously going to go a lot quicker. And if you have a gun that reloads fast, say like the 416, you're going to take down your targets a lot faster than, say, me. But I will, in the game itself, be able to take down individual targets faster than the 416 as long as I'm hitting my bullets, just because if I'm going to shoot so fast. But either case, whatever gun you're using, this is a good drill. This is basically to gauge your own performance. Say if you're using the same gun as somebody else in the clan, like say everybody's using a 416 or a group of guys are using a Scar H, you should post your times for this so we can kind of compare and see where you are in regards to other shooters in the clan. Another thing too is you should watch back the video and see how accurate you are. A lot of times I'll watch it back and see what I'm hitting in slow-mo, see how many targets are going near the target that I'm shooting, because, I mean, obviously your first shot that hits is going to knock the target down, but the second and the third and fourth shots that you're shooting, are they going in the same general direction as the target you firstly took down? So circle drill, I sometimes use the moving targets to start it off, but a lot of times I just start from my 2 o'clock position, and then I'll roll through all the targets. And as I'm going through, I'm going to do microburst, 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 then I'll reload. So you kind of have to set them up into groupings. So I usually take down 4 targets at a time, and then I reload. I think that's a good gauge to go by. Like, you should be able to take down 4 targets with a magazine of most of your assault rifles. And if you can't, you got to work on your accuracy. Last bit of preparation for the circle drill. You want to go support, drop your ammo here, drop a bunch of C4 and blow a crater hole in your original firing position, because you're going to mix fieldcraft into this. You're hitting stationary targets, so you have to mix fieldcraft into this to make it worth your while. So you want to have dance moves. It's not going to help you so much just to be able to stand and deliver, because then you're a standstill target for anybody else to take you out. So you're going to take out your prioritized targets and then duck to reload. And then take out your next 4 prioritized targets, and then duck to reload, and then take down your next 4 prioritized targets, and then duck to reload. I also drop ammo down here for this one, because this one I do for a while. I don't just run through one cycle of ammo. So when you go support, don't redeploy, because if you redeploy, your ammo will disappear. But if you go support, you drop your ammo here, and you have your other kit already selected, you can go back to that box of ammo, take your other kit, come back here, and you got ammo for all day shooting. You can just sit here and shoot all day with your preferred weapon if it's not, say, a machine gun. All right, let's run this, see how I do. Haha. And that's, my friend, is how you run it. Now, and I do this for a while. This is a good way to practice both your fieldcraft and your ability to take down targets fast while still being accurate with the microbursting and using the natural cover around you. That's kind of one of the nice things about C4 is you can just drop a whole bunch of it in random earth, and there you go. You got yourself a little foxhole, a little reverse slope that you can use as cover. It's very nice. Alright, so my next drill, not many people probably do in this game, but it's a good way to practice hitting moving head glitch and to work on your fieldcraft as well. So, you're going to be lining up these targets with the cover. A lot of times in the game you want to kind of keep yourself hidden until the moment you go to attack your target. So it's a good way to practice fieldcraft by using this barrel closest to your moving targets, and then you're just going to use like your basic V drill. Obviously this is going to be a lot harder to hit these targets in specific. They're the ones that I'm aiming at now. The ones above obviously aren't going to be as difficult, but they are sprinting targets, so I am going to include them in the drill. That's why it makes this V drill hard. So you're going to take down the guys covering, the guys sprinting, and then you're going to take down the guys sprinting. And basically just be like, say somebody's doing a moving covering fire from cover, and these guys are, say, sprinting to a flag and you're trying to take them out. And you can also include your side targets too. Not necessarily these ones to the right, you can't really see those good enough, but these 4 to the left are actually pretty good targets to hit for somewhat of a head glitch. So you line them up here and then bing, 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 bing. You can see them both. Generally I do take down the bushes. I'll take down the bushes back here for some other drills I'm about to show you guys too. With some C4. Obviously, you got to use some C4 to take down most of the cover in the field so you can get these clear shots on these targets from different angles. So let's just run through this drill real quick. Remember to always take cover when you're reloading. As soon as they pop up. So say if you miss your 4-round burst, duck back into cover and then pop back up. At that time, those guys are probably going to turn and dome you. So it's a good tactic to learn to, if you're missing your shots, just take cover. A lot of people, they'll stick out and just keep shooting until they kill their target. But a lot of times, if you mix in a little bit of dance moves, if you're missing your targets, if you don't have a good shot that day, it'll help you stay alive longer or give your teammates a chance to take out the target that you're struggling to take out. Run it one more time. So see, it's really good practice. Now I'd waste a whole load of ammo doing this just because it's such good practice trying to get your 2-round burst right on target each time. See? I mean, you can practice all day and you'll still miss a lot of your shots. So that is why it is very good practice to do this. And so you're just going to get better and better as you go. Alright, so the last drill I'll show you guys is back behind this barrel. Get the barrel out the way. We'll probably spawn back in. This really helps you with both fieldcraft and hitting a head glitch moving target at range. Now, pretty much a 30 meter, 37, around 40 meter shot. You have to take out a couple trees to get a good line of sight. I can't for some reason take out these bushes. Maybe you can with a tank or something, or a freaking jet. Maybe you can do a little scorched earth to clear that way so you can get a better shot. But I like it this way. You get a kind of a clear shot from here. You can just see their heads, and this is what you have to be able to take out in multiplayer game. This is going to be the general distance that you're going to shoot other head glitchers, and a lot of times they're going to be moving too, so those micro adjustments have to be spot on. And to be able to switch between taking out head glitchers and probably the people they're covering, people sprinting to flags. This is going to be your main target acquisition in online gameplay, so if you can't hit this, it's going to be hard for you to really compete in online gameplay. So if you're going to practice a drill, this would probably be the best. Some things to mix into: you do want to mix in fieldcraft. So every 4-round burst you take, whether you hit or miss, you're going to want to duck back behind cover. and that'll just give you the good advantage. A lot of times when I duck, I'll go right to prone, so I'm not exposed at all, and then pop back up and shoot again, and then drop back to prone, pop back up and shoot again. You got to really practice that. That huge deviation from being stood up to dropping prone is going to give the enemy a really hard time to hit you. And you want to practice trying to get your head glitch in there too. You can move right back to just barely see them. Obviously, that's going to make your shot a little bit harder, whereas up here, you're going to have a little more elevation. So you can practice it both ways. So I'm just going to give you guys a quick example. Missing my shot. So you get frustrated a lot of times. You got to remember to try to duck. That's pretty much it. You just keep practicing this. Those two round microbursts. And practice your field craft. And as soon as you get into the game in a situation like this, your survivability is going to be a lot better. Your accuracy is going to be better. And that's it. I mean, you want to be able to survive these encounters. You don't just want to stick out, miss all your shots, and be an easy target for them. You want to be using cover. You want to be accurate. And you want to not expose yourself for too long. You want to be quick to kill. That's why I like this FAMA so much, because it kills so quickly. It's challenging to use. It's a skill. But it kills so fast. It's just a skill game. You really got to learn to master it if you're going to use this weapon. I'll be putting out a video on how to master the FAMA soon. But I hope these drills help you guys out. Remember to try to time it. Remember to use your micro bursting. Those two round bursts really help a lot at different ranges. Obviously, if you're shooting at closer ranges, say if you're shooting right here at your moving targets, you obviously can use bigger round bursts. But make sure when you're shooting at targets on the test range, you don't just shoot one bullet at a time unless you're using a DMR, because you're not really helping your aim out just hitting the guy once. Remember, we're playing normal mode when we go competitive, so you're going to want to make sure you're putting a good amount of rounds, at least a 4-round burst on your guys. Practice doing that microburst. It'll help you out a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, make sure you leave it in the comment section down low, and take care, guys.